Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Political Vigilante here in the FNX conference room, the world headquarters. There's my Batman lunchbox, where I just enjoyed a wonderful, delicious editing. FNX episode 7, which hits the air Friday, April 20th. I came across this article that Dayen wrote in October 14th of 2016. It was in the New Republic. Dayen has the book chain of title, who he has really followed the banking bailout and the mortgage crisis pretty thoroughly, and the corruption of the Democratic Party, a party that he's worked pretty heavily for. He worked on the Obama campaign in 2008. And what he's talking about is the Podesta emails that were dumped by WikiLeaks. And they really, some of the emails really didn't have that much to do with Hillary Clinton, some of the ones he's going about. They really talk about Michael Froman, who is now U.S. Trade Representative, but at one time was an executive at Citigroup. And he wrote an email on October 6, 2008, before Obama was elected. The subject lists, and he used his Citibank email address. He attached 3 documents: a list of women for top administration jobs, a list of non-white candidates, and a sample outline of 31 cabinet-level positions who would fill them. The list will continue to grow, Froman wrote to Podesta. But there are names, but these are the names to date that seem to be coming up as recommended by various sources for senior-level jobs. The crazy thing is, almost all of these people in these emails got jobs, right? All of them. So Citibank picked Obama's cabinet before he was even elected, right? And this was written in October 16, and the crux of the article is like, hey, everybody, I know we all think Hillary's going to win in 3 weeks, but the Democratic Party shouldn't just be focusing, on, yes, they're just, Trump's bad, but they're probably just not focusing on running an election. They're just assuming you're going to win, and you're just already picking your cabinet in the most undemocratic fashion. And it's really like, wow, that says a lot. Hillary was just like, I got this sewn up. I'm not going to campaign Wisconsin and Michigan, and we'll let Citibank pick my cabinet too, just like they did Obama's. So this is the thing. Here's what these emails identify. They correctly identify Eric Holder for Justice Department, Janet Napolitano for Homeland Security, Robert Gates for Defense, Rahm Emanuel for Chief of Staff, Peter Orszag for the Office of Management and Budget, Arnie Duncan for Education, Eric Shinseki for Veterans Affairs, Kathleen Sebulis for Health and Human Services, Melody Barnes for Domestic Policy Council, and more. And for Treasury, the 3 possibilities that were on the list: Robert Rubin, Larry Summers, and Tim Geithner, right? It was October 6th when that email was sent. November 4th was the election in 2008. And Froman, an executive at Citigroup, would ultimately become recipient of the largest bailout from the federal government during the financial crisis. He had mapped out virtually the entire Obama cabinet a month before votes were counted. And according to the Froman Podesta emails, lists were floating around even before that. And some people who has suspected that Froman, who according to Dayen was a longtime Obama consigliere, did the key economic policy hiring while part of the transition team. So it was mapped out. So that's when the bailout happened. There was never, ever going to be a prosecution of these people on any level. Before Obama was elected, they knew, though they were financial experts, they knew it was going to blow up. This is October, so the fallout had actually happened in September. So that it already happened, and they're like, we need these people in there because we're not going to get prosecuted, and we're going to get bailed out. We're going to profit from this. 5.2 million people are going to lose their home. They had it all mapped out, And it's just like, it just shows you how corrupt the the Democratic Party is. And how arrogant they are. So arrogant and so dumb that they let Donald Trump, the most beatable candidate ever, win. The Democrats are to blame for why we have Trump in the White House. The Democrats, because of shit like this. Citigroup picked Obama's cabinet in 2008. WikiLeaks proved that, right? And so the whole thing that, you know, and now they try to vilify Julian Assange because of shit like this. Oh, he must be a Russian puppet. No, he's calling out fucking corrupt people in both parties. That's what he did. He called out a lot of Obama. That's why he must be a Russian puppet. And it's like, no, Obama was corrupt. Obama was bought and paid for by the banks. He pushed the war machine. He pulled troops. He got boots off the ground and then just went into this never-ending special op drone strike war. There's no end in sight. You don't need congressional approval for it. It was all because of these jackasses. So read the whole article. It's in the show notes below. And please subscribe to this. YouTube is subscribing. They just demonetized the Bernie Sanders video. So please go to the Patreon page and support for whatever you can. And thank you so much for supporting this show, because I like talking about stuff like this, because the mainstream media will not. Didn't talk about it when these emails came out. Kind of did, but they didn't really go into it because they're part of the machine. The corporate media is part of the machine, so they're not gonna call out Citigroup and all those people, because they'll have some, well, let's bring in an expert who used to work at Citigroup, and he'll be like, well, you know, blah blah blah. You know, that's how they did it. So, thanks for supporting the show, and let's make Gotham great.